Good evening, you're watching The Buck Stops Here and I'm Barkha Dutt. On the program this evening, now there is a political riot over the claim that Lashkar-e-Taiba tried to recruit people from Muzaffarnagar from the riot-hit areas. The Delhi police has said that the Lashkar-e-Taiba was hunting for recruits in Muzaffarnagar. The Delhi police says that the men contacted, however, by Lashkar members, by Lashkar terrorists, were not riot victims, but those who lived in the general area. The Home Ministry is not quite buying into this yet. The Home Ministry says the Delhi police has built a weak case, more evidence and further probing is needed. But the Congress is already claiming that Rahul Gandhi has been vindicated. Remember, Rahul Gandhi said that the Intelligence Bureau had briefed him that the ISI was trying to pick up recruits from Muzaffarnagar's riot-hit camps. The Samajwadi Party is saying that the entire statement by the Delhi police is a conspiracy designed to make Rahul Gandhi look better. On the program today, we ask whether communal politics has breached national security, the politics of this man-made tragedy where vote bank politics are adding insult to injury. That's coming up on the program tonight.
अगर ये बात सही है कि लश्कर-ए-तोयबा के कुछ लोग गए थे, तो वो बात सही होती है जो माननीय राहुल गांधी जी ने अपनी कही थी।
अब जाहिर है युवराज की बात को सच्चा करने के लिए भी ऐसा हो सकता है।
Let's get it started with our top story this evening. The Delhi police is saying that the Lashkar-e-Taiba has been trying to recruit people from Muzaffarnagar. The Home Ministry says it's a weak case and more evidence is needed. With these two different versions, a political riot has erupted. The BJP is saying vote bank politics is breaching national security. The Samajwadi Party is saying it's a conspiracy designed to make Rahul Gandhi look better. And the Congress is saying this vindicates Rahul Gandhi. But the truth is that communal politics have breached national security and they have also blurred fact from fiction in the continuing politics that add insult to injury of the riot victims of Muzaffarnagar.
मेरे कमरे में ऑफिस में एक पुलिस का अफसर आया इंटेलिजेंस का और मैंने उससे पूछा भैया बताओ क्या हो रहा है और वो कहता है कि राहुल जी मैं आपको क्या बताऊं मुजफ्फरनगर में जो आग लगी है ऐसे 10-15 लड़के हैं मुसलमान लड़के हैं जिनके भाई बहनों को मारा गया है और पाकिस्तान से लोग उनसे बात करना शुरू कर रहे हैं.
Rahul Gandhi created a national storm with these comments about Pakistan's ISI fishing in troubled Muzaffarnagar waters. The controversy got a fresh twist on Tuesday after reports that Lashkar-e-Taiba operatives were indeed hunting in the riot-hit areas of western Uttar Pradesh. Statements of two men from Muzaffarnagar to the Delhi police have revealed that the LET was trying to recruit men from the area. The Delhi police had arrested two imams, Mohammad Shahid and Rashid, both alleged Lashkar operatives in early December. Interrogation, they say, gave them leads on the Lashkar's designs. Special Cell Police say they tracked down Liaquat, a teacher with the Uttar Pradesh Education Department, and Zamir, a small-time criminal living in Shamli district. But the police have made it clear that the arrested men are not riot victims, but lived in villages where people fled out of fear. These men claim they were contacted by the two LET operatives to join them on a kidnapping mission. But the Delhi police stopped short of confirming whether the LET was recruiting youth to radicalize them or to hatch a terror plot in the immediate future.
आपको क्लैरिफाई करना चाहता हूं कि लियाकत और जमीर दोनों मुजफ्फरनगर राइट्स विक्टिम नहीं हैं. उनसे इनका कोई सरोकार नहीं है.
Sir, but in the interrogation, have they said that they wanted to radicalize youth?
Any other question?
Those sources did confirm that the witnesses claimed in the statement that the two alleged LET operatives were trying to lure them into the module to avenge the Muzaffarnagar riots. That LET commander Javed Baluchi based out of Pakistan, was in charge of the operations and had asked the operatives to motivate young men in Shamli and Muzaffarnagar by showing them videos of inflammatory speeches and visuals from the riots.
The Delhi police are now armed with witness statements and they claim that there are few more people, alleged Lashkar operatives, who may still be active in the riot-hit districts of Western Uttar Pradesh. But the last word on this LET plot is still to be heard.
The revelations made by the Delhi police have kicked off a political storm, especially since it started with a statement made by Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi in October. The Congress felt vindicated.
अगर ये बात सही है कि लश्कर तोयबा के कुछ लोग गए थे तो वो बात सही होती है जो माननीय राहुल गांधी जी ने अपनी कही थी.
The BJP slammed the Congress for politicizing the riots and demanded a deeper probe.
केंद्र की सरकार जिस तरह से इस पूरे के पूरे दंगे पर राजनीतिक रोटियां सेक रही है तो ये अपने आप में बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, बहुत खतरनाक है और इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए कि इस दंगों के पीछे का जो बहुत कुछ सच है वो क्या है.
The SP too took a swipe at the Congress Vice President.
अब जाहिर है युवराज की बात को सच्चा करने के लिए भी ऐसा हो सकता है.
And it's not just politics. The security establishment too doesn't seem to be on the same page on the issue. Sources in the Home Ministry say that investigations are still at a nascent stage and the Lashkar-e-Taiba link in Muzaffarnagar is not fully established yet.
What we've got to hear from our sources is that while they are not denying or they are not, rubbishing the Delhi police, investigations, the impression that we get is that they want more evidence, more proof. They're saying as of now, there's nothing conclusive to go either ways, to say yes, this was a major LET plot or no, this was not an LET plot.
The last on the alleged LET plot is clearly yet to be heard. NDTV Bureau Report.
Let's get straight to our debate on the buck stops here this evening. Is communal politics providing a fodder for terror groups? And is the tragedy of Muzaffarnagar and its riot victims getting overshadowed by competitive vote bank politics? In other words, is no party actually compassionate enough to think of the victims? Let's introduce our panel this evening. From the BJP, with me in the studio, Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. From the Congress today, the Congress member of the Legislative Assembly in Uttar Pradesh, Nawab Kazim Ali Khan. From Lucknow tonight, from the Samajwadi Party government, which has come under the most ferocious and fierce scrutiny and criticism, is Madhukar Jaitley, representing the Uttar Pradesh government. Joining me tonight, Tavleen Singh, senior columnist and author. Also joining me tonight, editor of Nai Dunya, Shahid Siddiqui, one of our senior most journalists. And with me in the studio, Farha Naqvi, member of the National Advisory Council and a well-known activist who has spent a lot of time working with the riot victims of Muzaffarnagar. Let me start with you, Madhukar Jaitley. When Rahul Gandhi suggested, and the Congress is already saying we've been vindicated. When Rahul Gandhi suggested that the ISI was fishing in troubled waters, the Samajwadi Party, the BJP all said it was nonsense. Today you have the Delhi police indicating that while it was not riot victims themselves, but the people in the same areas, perhaps disgruntled, angry, disillusioned young Muslim men, were contacted by members of the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Does this make you reconsider your earlier position, Mr. Madhukar Jaitley?
No, Barkha. You see, Rahul Gandhi has said that the people who had incited violence over there, they were connected with the external agencies.
Yeah.
Which is the stand which Rahul Gandhi did take has actually been contradicted by the Delhi police today.
How do you say that? Because that's a technicality. You're saying that the actual riot victims were not quoted by the Lashkar, but the police is saying people
absolutely not.
But
absolutely.
people who
it's
lived.
An insult to the riot victims. It is.
But haven't you insulted the riot victims when you say there are no riot victims in the relief camps, Mr. Jaitley? Isn't that the real? Isn't that as grave an insult?
No. You see, riot victims which had, there is a difference between the two. The riot victims which had taken compensation were wanting to demand more compensation from the government, were trying to stay there, which later on were shifted to safer places and have gone to the safer places now, at least in Muzaffarnagar.
So you are saying, let me understand what the Samajwadi Party's position is. You are saying the Delhi police has actually contradicted Rahul Gandhi today.
Yes.
Subramanian Swamy, might this be the rare moment where the BJP agrees with the Samajwadi Party? Because the BJP, and here's what it looks like. The BJP normally has what it likes to call a robust position on issues of national security. Normally what the special cell of the Delhi police said, the BJP would be inclined to believe. Do you believe them today?
No, see, first of all, let me make it very clear, and I'm now basing it on what our candidate for the Prime Ministerships, Mr. Narendra Modi, said. He ridiculed the idea of a person who has not taken oath of office.
Being briefed by the IB.
That's all.
But he also said either you name the Muslim youth or you apologize to all the Muslims.
That's correct, because when the person when Mr. Rahul Gandhi says that this is what he told me, then he should have said, you have the entire agencies with you, you identify them. We never said that this is a false story, because we don't know whether it's false or not.
But you did say, some would say in an ironic a reversal of political positioning between the Congress and the BJP, you did say, and Mr. Modi did say, that it was an insult to all Muslims.
No.
I remember the speech. He said apologize. He said apologize.
He said either you name them or you apologize for naming the community.
So what the Delhi police has said today says what to you?
Well, first of all, I've seen the press conference. They said it is wrong. What Mr. Rahul Gandhi said is wrong. They said that those two imams went to ask some people who are not riot victims to go and kidnap some people and collect money for a mosque. That is what the Delhi police has said in the press conference. Now, that actually contradicts what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said, that they were being recruited. Now, LET, by the way, recruiting all over India. They don't have to go to Muzaffarnagar to recruit.
Kazim Ali Khan, the point is that everybody seems to have forgotten in election season the human tragedy. The Congress is busy doing press conferences saying we've been vindicated. The Samajwadi Party and the BJP are saying actually the Delhi police is contradicted. What about the tragedy of those who are being forced to move out, who do not feel a sense of security in going back to their homes? Are all of you in a sense displaying a shameful calculation of your own narrow voting constituencies?
See, Barkha, the fact remains that such outfits do exist, irrespective of the faith or on the religious lines they endorse. I mean, these outfits have been here in India, and their targets are generally vulnerable people. So, probably they thought that Muzaffarnagar was an environment of vulnerability. So they could get hold of.
But how come the UP police? How come the UP police knew nothing about this?
To follow their lines.
The UP police, Madhukar Jetli, I think, will correct me if I'm wrong, has claimed that no such intelligence was shared with us.
See, let me tell you something.
Barkha,
more than these outfits, more than these terrorist outfits,
the Delhi police kept on hiding this information from the state government for almost a month, and it allowed the two important political leaders to visit Muzaffarnagar and risk their lives.
Who risked their lives, Mr. Jetli? Who risked their lives? Who risked their lives?
You see, the Delhi police should have, there is an anti-terrorist squad existing in the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is very much operational. The Delhi police, if it had information regarding this incident, it could have shared information with the state government, and it could have jointly operated and under the common responsibility for national security should have tried to protect such incidents from taking place any further. And they in fact hide information.
It is your minister who pressurized the police to keep quiet and not look into the matter.
Okay, 1 minute.
And risk their lives.
Okay. 1 minute. Beyond the shouting that the Congress and the Samajwadi Party are going to indulge in, there are really serious issues here. And there are two serious questions, Shahid Siddiqui. And the questions are this. Has communal politics made it impossible? Communal and competitive. I think I should say communal and competitive politics made it impossible to separate fact from fiction. The truth is, we are also cynical about what's happening in Muzaffarnagar. We don't know who to believe anymore. We don't know what to believe. All that is true for itself is the abject tragedy and horror in which people have lived neglected and insulted in those relief camps. Shahid Siddiqui, the developments today, do they change the debate around Muzaffarnagar?
No, unfortunately, Barkha, everybody is jumping the gun, including Rahul Gandhi, when he was not supposed to go out and speak and make a public announcement of whatever he has learned. Here the media has jumped the gun. Here the intelligence agencies are jumping the gun. They have not come to any conclusion. We are still not sure whether the story of Lashkar-e-Taiba is even correct. Whether these Maulvis wanted to use some criminals to get some money out of some people, or was it a Pakistani plot? Because we have heard such stories in the past fantastic stories have been propagated and they have proved to be wrong later on. So in this kind of situation, nobody should come to conclusions just at the drop of a hat, and that's what is happening because of competitive politics, because everybody wants to prove either to be the great patriots or the great defenders of Muslims. We are not interested in Muzaffarnagar or what happened in Muzaffarnagar, or bridging this divide, which is terrible divide, which has never happened since 1947. Nobody seems to be interested in that. We are interested in widening the divide and getting whatever we can get out of this situation politically and in terms of elections and votes in the future. And that is a very unfortunate situation.
And that is the real tragedy, Tavleen Singh. Has it become impossible because of the politics, because of the very shrill politics around Muzaffarnagar, to have an honest conversation, either about accountability or about the tragedy, or indeed about any national security questions that arise from what we're hearing today from the Delhi police?
First, let me say that shame on every political party for behaving the way that they are. And shame on the media. We are changing the subject. For a start, this area is radicalized since the time that Umar Sheikh kidnapped those foreigners. Okay, there is radicalization in UP in certain sections, and Deoband is next door. So what are we going on about this when there are children dying of cold in those villages? Why aren't you, why aren't I, why aren't all of us doing a story every day on the human tragedy in Muzaffarnagar? You know, who cares about two stupid policemen and their silly report? You know, it really shames me as an Indian to even listen to all this nonsense from the political parties, and it should shame them.
Do you believe, Tavleen, that this entire Lashkar bogey is a deflection from the substantive issues of accountability and tragedy that are unfolding 2 hours from the national capital?
Yes, absolutely. They've changed the subject. Do you know, till the other day, we were discussing those officials from UP who made those outrageous comments about people not dying from cold and, you know, and saying all those awful things. And today we're discussing the possibility of 2 imams going there to radicalize. They don't need to go there. They can do it on the phone, you know. I mean, I think the whole story is ridiculous and we should not even be discussing it.